In this session, we are going to discuss a very important topic from reasoning, that is circular arrangements. In circular arrangements, we need to arrange a group of 6 or 8 persons around a circular table based on the given information. Circular arrangements are generally classified into two types: simple circular arrangements and complex circular arrangements. In case of simple circular arrangements, we only have to arrange the given persons around the circular table. Whereas in case of complex circular arrangements, we not only have to assign the different persons around the circular table, but also assign different professions to each of these persons. To solve questions from circular arrangements, we need to be clear with two concepts. One is the direction sense, that is, what would be the left or right of a person when he is sitting around a circular table. And the second point here is to understand the various types of statements given in case of circular arrangements. So let us first understand the direction sense to solve questions related to circular arrangements. There are two possible positions for persons who are sitting around a circular table. The first one is that all the persons are facing the center, and the second one is that the persons are facing outwards. So let us understand what is the difference in these two cases. Let us assume that a group of 4 persons are to be seated around a circular table such that all the 4 persons are facing center. So let us now take the case of people facing center. Let us assume this is a circular table which has got 4 persons in these 4 positions. And all these 4 persons are facing the center. That means each of these persons can see the remaining persons. Now in such a case, how to understand the left and right direction of a person? Let us now assume that a person is sitting in this position facing the center. And as we can see from this position, the left of this person who is facing center should be in this direction. That is nothing but the clockwise direction as per the movement of hands of a clock. So the left of the person should always be in the clockwise direction. And the right of the person should be in this direction. That is anti-clockwise direction. So we can say that when we need to consider the left side of this person, we have to move in the clockwise direction. So this is the clockwise direction. And when we have to take the right side of the person, we need to move in the anti-clockwise direction. Not only for this position, but for all the positions around this circle, when the person is facing the center, the left of the person should be taken in the clockwise direction and the right of the person should be considered in the anti-clockwise direction. Now the second type of arrangement is a group of persons sitting around a circle facing outwards. Now in this case, again let us assume that this is a circular table where the 4 persons have been seated facing outwards. So the 4 positions can be marked as shown. And since the persons are facing outwards, let us take the arrow in the outward direction, meaning that these persons cannot see each other. Their backs are facing the center and these persons are facing outwards. Now in such a case, how to take the left or right of a person? Let us assume that a person is sitting in this position as shown. Now since the person is facing outwards, the left of this person should be in this direction. Therefore, we can say that the left of the person is in anti-clockwise direction. As you can see, this is anti-clockwise. And the right of this person should be towards the clockwise direction. So the right of the person will be in the clockwise direction. And again, as mentioned earlier, not only for this position, but for any position around the circle, when a person is facing outwards, the left of the person should be taken in anti-clockwise direction and the right of the person should be taken in the clockwise direction. So friends, this is a very important point without which we cannot solve questions from circular arrangements. So now we can conclude saying that when a person is facing the center, the left of the person should be taken in clockwise direction and right of the person should be taken in anti-clockwise direction. Similarly, when a person is facing outward, left should be taken in anti-clockwise direction and right should be taken in the clockwise direction. And to understand this, let us make a small table here which gives you the complete information about the direction sense. Now as we have already learned, when a person is facing center, left of the person should be taken in clockwise direction. So we can say that the left of the person is in clockwise direction and the right of the person should be in anti-clockwise direction. Similarly, when a person is facing outwards, as in the second case, the left of the person will be in anti-clockwise direction and the right of the person should be in the clockwise direction. So with the help of this table, we can always understand what should be the left or right of a person when he is facing center or outwards. The other point which should be understood here is whenever a group of persons are facing center, it is always better to start from the bottom position, that is this position, because the left of the person is nothing but towards our left and the right of the person will be towards our right. Similarly, when a group of persons are facing outwards, it is always better to start the arrangement from the top position. Because when a person is taken in the top position facing outwards, left of the person will be towards our left and right of the person will be towards our right. So it will be convenient for us to start the circular arrangement. So always remember that whenever persons are facing center, start from the bottom of the circle, and whenever the persons are facing outwards, start from top of the circle. After learning the direction sense in case of circular arrangements, let us now look at the different types of statements which are given in these type of questions. Now as you can see here, generally there are two types of statements given. The first one here is A is second to the left of B and third to the right of C. As you can see here, the complete sentence can be divided into two parts. The first part is A is second to the left of B. So depending on the arrangement, we can mark A 2 places to the left of B. And the second part of the sentence is and third to the right of C. Now the question is, who is third to the right of C? Is it A or B? The point to be understood here is whenever the word and is used in between two statements, we always refer to the first person. So here we can say that A is second to the left of B and A is third to the right of C. So the second part of the statement now is A is third to the right of C. So once we mark A second to the left of B, then we can mark him accordingly as third to the right of C. So remember, whenever the word and is used, we always refer to the first person but not the immediate preceding person. Similarly, sometimes instead of the word and, the word but is used. Even in this case, that is A is second to the left of B but third to the right of C, we always refer to the first person in the second part of the statement. And the third possible case would be while. That is, the statement would be A is second to the left of B while third to the right of C. So we should take it in such a way that A is second to the left of B and A is third to the right of C. So from this statement we can understand that whenever a conjunction like and, but or while is used to connect two different statements, we can understand that the second statement always refers to the first person. Let us now take the second type of statement which is given in case of circular arrangements. Here the statement is A is second to the left of B who is third to the right of C. As you can observe, the difference between type 1 and type 2 statement here is only that in place of the words and or but or while, here we have the word who. Now again, even this statement can be divided into two parts. The first part here is A is second to the left of B. So we can mark A 2 places to the left of B. And the second part is who is third to the right of C. Now again, the same question arises. Who is the person referred in the second statement? Now remember, whenever the word who is used, always the person referred is the immediate preceding one to the word who. So we can say that A is second to the left of B and B is third to the right of C. So very clearly, whenever the word who is used, we always refer to the immediate preceding person before the word who. So we can say that there are two parts in the statement. The first part is A is second to the left of B and B is third to the right of C. So friends, depending on the two types of statements, we always need to first understand who is the person referred and then try to complete the arrangement.